We're going to give them the notes, the oxygen, all the warm clothes they need to complete that rest of the journey by going the tax code, going in our notes, and then going directly with some of the specialists, some of the thought leaders in the space.
So let's dive right into the topic at hand, which is getting ahead of the curve with the due diligence project. So Alex, what's the number one secret to getting ahead of the curve with any kind of due diligence?
Well, the key is, look, doing due diligence on investments, I think, is very tricky. There's a whole family office club that we're actually partnered with, that our presentations are part of that family office club. And their focus is they support 2,700 plus family offices, and they're helping these family offices complete due diligence on actual investments, which is very, very tricky to do. It's arduous work because there's just so many moving parts to evaluate risk with a particular investment. You really have to understand that space. You have to understand the players. You have to understand there's a lot, and plus you have to understand market risk. When looking at a tax strategy, our solution is to show this tax strategy to hundreds and hundreds of independent CPA firms, we lovingly call ourselves tax geeks, tax-focused CPAs who are going to look at that strategy, who are going to meet that strategist, that specialist, ask them a million questions, or as many questions as they need to ask to get comfortable, to understand the risk, to understand how the IRS could attack this, to understand the weakest part of each structure, to understand, is this going to stand up in audit? Is this going to stand up in tax court? What are we doing to add value to the structure to make this stronger, to be able to stand up to the tax code? And then going into the tax code, going back into our notes. So what we do as a community is we compile Q&A notes, FAQs going back 10, 15 years on some of these strategies. We share those notes with each new member coming from the big four, smaller firms, medium-sized firms. As they join our community, they take those notes, they go into the tax code, and then they complete the rest of the due diligence themselves. So our facility kind of acts like a Sherpa. We take them 3/4 of the way up the mountain, up the Himalayas of due diligence. They're going to have to complete that last quarter of the journey on their own. But we're going to give them the notes, the oxygen, all the warm clothes they need to complete that rest of the journey by going the tax code, going in our notes, and then going directly with some of the specialists, some of the thought leaders in the space, and asking those questions directly, or communicating with our other CPAs in the community or other tax attorneys in the community to go, why are you comfortable here? Why are you comfortable when we think the IRS is going to do this, 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 and this? So really, we do this as a community of tax geeks, and having hundreds and hundreds of members who are mostly CPAs, tax-focused CPAs, and some of them are tax attorneys and specialists in their areas. Those people working all together on a consistent basis really refines the strategies and allows our snowball of due diligence to continue to get bigger and bigger, stronger, more powerful, and more refined in the quality of due diligence that we're able to find.
Excellent. Okay, so it sounds like it's a team approach of due diligence. It feels like it's everyone in it together to uncover challenges, potential risks, ask good questions, and then it also seems like or sounds like it's a place for new people to come into, and a lot of it's already been paved the way, or a lot of the research has been done, a lot of the notes are there, and it gives an opportunity for people to quickly vet or move through different tax strategies. Is that a fair summary, Alex?
Yeah, that's a great point.